Today let us start with this sum. So it is given that a food packet is released from a helicopter which is rising steadily at 3 meter per second after 3 seconds. Number 1, what you have to find out after 3 seconds. First one, what is the velocity of the packet, and number 2, how far is it below the helicopter. Okay, after how much time? After time 3 seconds. So now the first thing that we have to assume is what is the initial velocity of the food packet. So suppose if this is the helicopter and if this helicopter is moving in upward direction steadily, so steadily means there is no acceleration, that means uniformly this helicopter is moving in upward direction with a velocity of 3 meter per second in this direction. Okay, upward direction. So if it is moving in upward direction and when the food packet is released, that means initial velocity of the food packet in this case will not be 0, because generally when something is released from a top of a building or from top of any tower, then in that case the initial velocity of the object we consider as 0, because there initially if the object is released or simply dropped, initially it will have 0 velocity. But in this case, since the object is inside the helicopter and helicopter is moving in upward direction, so when it is released the object is also having the same velocity with the velocity of the helicopter, which is 3. Okay, and when the object is dropped down, can we say that initial velocity of the object was against this motion, because the helicopter was moving in upward direction. So initial velocity of the object will be 3 meter per second, but this will be minus 3. The reason is that finally the object is coming down. Okay, so this is the original direction of motion of the object, but initially the object was moving in upward direction with the helicopter. Okay, so for this type of problem, always remember that we have to consider the initial velocity as minus 3. Alright, in some cases, in some sums, the similar kind of sums, they have considered this g value as minus, but in both way you can solve it, but in this case I will consider the velocity as minus. Okay, now which formula, what we have to find out in the first case, what is the velocity of the packet. Okay, so what is the velocity of the packet means what is the final velocity of the packet, because initial velocity of the packet I told you that it is minus 3 meter per second, and since the motion is in downward direction, finally the value of g will be plus, so it is 9.8 meter per second square. And after how much time you have to find out? Time is given 3. So final velocity, for that we have the formula number 1, that is v is equal to u plus gt or at, whatever you write. So u is minus 3, just to substitute the values, plus 9.8 means g into 3 means t. So if you calculate, the value comes as 26.4 meter per second. You can check the calculation once. Okay, so if it is 26.4 meter per second, so that is the velocity of the object after how much time? After time 3 seconds. That is the first part of the question. Now let us go to the next part, that is how far is it below the helicopter. So that is also after how much time? After 3 seconds. Now first of all we have to find out what is the position of the food packet after 3 seconds. At the same time we also have to remember that the helicopter is not static. After 3 seconds the helicopter must have moved some distance. If initially the helicopter is here but it is moving in upward direction steadily, so after 3 seconds where is the helicopter? How much distance the helicopter has moved? So first of all you have to find out the distance moved by the food packet, FP means food packet, after 3 seconds, and the distance moved by helicopter in upward direction after 3 seconds, and then you have to find out the separation between both. Suppose for example after 3 seconds the food packet, it has reached somewhere here. Suppose this is the food packet after 3 seconds, and the helicopter after 3 seconds it has moved somewhere here. There is the helicopter. So how much is the distance now? This much. Okay, this is the helicopter, this is the food packet, so the distance is this much. Alright, so we have to add the distance, right? So for that what we can do is, First of all, let us calculate the distance travelled by this foot packet after time 3 seconds. So we have the formula S equal to ut plus half gt square. U means minus 3, t means 3 seconds, so half, g means plus 9.8, t square 3 square. The value comes as 35.1 meter. Check the calculation once. So this is 35.1 meter. Alright, so this is the distance travelled by the foot packet after 3 seconds. Then we have to see that where is the position of the helicopter now after 3 seconds. Now remember that the helicopter is not moving with any acceleration. So when no acceleration, we will not use any equation of motion, because we generally have 4 equations of motion, right? One is v equals to u plus at, then s equal to ut plus half at square, v square equals to u square plus 2as, and the fourth one is s nth equals to u plus half a twice n minus 1. So out of this 4, everywhere we have acceleration, but in this case, in this particular case, when the object is moving steadily, we don't have any acceleration. So only one formula we have without acceleration, and that is s is equal to vt. Distance is equals to velocity into time. So this formula is applicable only for uniform motion where acceleration is 0. So in case of helicopter, we have to use this formula. Alright, so s means I have written here s dash, because this one already I represented by s. So next distance is, suppose s dash is equals to vt. So v is 3, t is 3, it comes as 9. So what is the final distance then? That means after time 3 seconds, the helicopter in upward direction has moved 9 meter. The foot packet in downward direction has moved this much. So what is the total distance or the total separation between them? So that is just the addition of these two values. So if you add this plus this, it comes as 44.1 meter. So finally, after 3 seconds, the foot packet is at a distance of 44.1 meter from the helicopter. Okay, so now let us move to the next sum, this one. So this kind of sum you did in class 9 probably, but still let us see how to solve this. It is given that an object moves from point A to point B, okay, with a speed of 20 meter per second, and comes back from B to A with a speed of 30 meter per second. Find the average speed of the whole journey. So remember that for average speed, the formula that we use generally is the total distance by total time. Okay, so distance is not known to us. Fine. So what we will do is, we will consider the distance. Suppose the distance between A and B is x. So what is the total distance then? The person wants, not the person but the object, one object is moving from A to B first, then it is coming back. So total distance will be x plus x. So this is 2x, that is the total distance. Then what we have to find out is the total time. In place of total distance we will substitute 2x, but in place of total time what shall we do? So for that we have to also again consider that time needed to move from A to B is t1. So when the object is moving from A to B, suppose the time is t1, and this is a kind of uniform motion you can say, because the speed is constant when it is moving from A to B, which is 20. So for that, which formula? Just now I told you that s equals to vt, distance equals to velocity into time. So distance is how much when it is moving from A to B? Distance is x. So here we will write x equals to vt. V means speed or velocity. So from A to B, the speed is how much? It is 20, no? Okay, sorry, not this one. First case I am talking about this one. So speed is how much? Speed is 20. Time is how much? Time is t1. So from there we can write t1 is equals to x by 20. Alright, so this is the time taken by the object to move from A to B. This is given equation number 1. Now here what we need? We need the total time. So this is only the time for the first step of the journey. For the second step, that means when it is coming back from B to A, then also it is covering same distance, which is x, but here the speed is different, which is 30, and the time is how much? t2. So from this we get t2 is equals to x by 30. This is given equation number 2. So what is the total time now? Total time is t1 plus t2. So total time is t1 plus t2. From equation 1 and 2, this one we get the value of t1 and t2. We'll just put it here, and then just a simple simplification. we'll take the LCM. 20 and 30, LCM is 60, right? So here it is 3x plus 2x. If you add, it comes as 5x by 60. So this 5x by 60 is the total time, and total distance, as I told you, it is 2x. Alright, so here in this formula we will substitute. Total distance is 2x, total time is 5x by 60. The 60 will go up, x will get cancelled, and the value comes as 24 meter per second. So this is the average speed. Alright, okay, then the next one means this one is actually the homework that I gave you last day. I gave you 2 questions, and out of these 2, first question everybody, almost all of you have done correctly, but in the second questions what you did is, as I saw, some of you have used the formula S is equal to Vt. So just now I told you that this formula is applicable if the object is moving with uniform speeds, if the speed of the object or velocity of the object is not changing. That means if the acceleration is absent. But you see the question nicely, number 2, that it is given that the object initially moving with a velocity 20, then the object stops. So if it stops means object or car, whatever was there, but if it stops, in that case the velocity is not uniform. That means from 20 it has become 0. So that is a retarded motion. So if it is a retarding motion or retarded motion, first of all we have to find out the acceleration with this formula. V equals to u plus at, and it comes as minus 1 by 3 meter per second square. This value of acceleration you can substitute in this formula, s equal to ut plus half at square, to get the value of distance. That was the question. You have to find out the distance. So the distance comes as 600 meter. Okay, this question you can correct, and if you have any more doubt you can ask. So almost we have completed all the topics from this chapter. So we will proceed to the next chapter in next video. So that is motion in a plane. So for today this much only. Thank you.